Hi, I'm Brian. Welcome back to my playthrough of Lego Batman the video game. This video, we will be starting episode 3, The Joker's Return. Let's get on into it. Since the last video I recorded, I've been thinking I'm not having not as good as a time with this game as I did with Lego Star Wars. And so I was thinking of the differences, and I think I've come across it to an extent is that the levels are structured far differently than Lego or than Star Wars. I think a good example is that each level in this has its own boss fight at the end of it, and so it feels somewhat more repetitive. Where in Star Wars there were more in the end level objectives like in episode 3 there was a chapter where you had to get Yoda to a starship, getting to get off Kashyyyk, go back to Coruscant. Where in this one, it's very much just like each level you take down a different villain. It does feel kind of repetitive to an extent. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, that was but yeah, and I think that's a big difference is that the Lego Star Wars had, I guess, just the value that it had. There was a story it had to follow. It had to roughly follow, where there ended up being different objectives to cap off a level. Where with the Lego Batman, sort of the whole thing is that you have to capture each villain that escaped it, but that of course somewhat leaves. But in doing that, they sort of made each level very linear feeling. Um, even though that because even though altered maps have sort of had their own different feelings or different all the maps or all the levels have their own themes kind of. With Penguin's Hideout it was very smelly. It was still the zoo, but it still has sort of Arctic feeling. Where this one you have this very industrial area. And Poison Ivy is it was trying to do it had a greenhouse, like the greenhouse kind of thing where it's where it feels just it's like rough to nature. Though I guess because it all takes place in Gotham, they're still somewhat limited in the different environmental aspects they can employ in each level. At the end of the day, it all has to somewhat be in a city. And I do think they do a good job at varying the levels that way, but still. I think another thing is too is that the vehicle levels just generally feel more limited in this game than like Star Wars. It's they still have I think it's because at least this one they employ a lot of different more an entirely new category of vehicles with the water vehicles. They only had land vehicles and flying vehicles in Star Wars, but this one they have water vehicles. But in having that variety, it kind of it's a strange way where it somehow feels less than Star Wars in a way. But yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. Why it feels less satisfying than Lego Star Wars. Oh, let me get that. You know, Batman has to pay for all this stuff somehow. Why am I cleaning out this area? Don't they have? Shouldn't like this company be like specifically employ people for this job? I'm just cleaning up waste if it ever spills. And if again, let's go back to video game launching. But I feel like if cleaning up toxic spills was as easy as this, it wouldn't be that big of a deal when it happens. Like when it happens like in real life, if it ever happened, if toxic spills like be cleaned up like this, like people wouldn't like it wouldn't be a bit big of a newsworthy event. Newsworthy of an event. I still have. Where am I still missing? Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. I have to open up a gate later to get all the goo. I want to second Batman. Oh, okay. Is there a reason I had to wear the Glide suit then? Oh, I guess we're the section right here. Come on over, Robin. At least he can do that by himself. Again, I still stand by this. I think the QA AI, even though it feels more useful in this game, or at least in combat, is much less useful in like a lot of puzzles. Did you? I'm just thinking. I'm listening to the thing I thought about, and then for some reason it came in my mind. Like back when they did collaborate, was it collaborations or was it for the ripoffs of Transformers? Like I remember, uh, like they had this ugly ass transforming toy of Obi-Wan that transforms into his Jedi Starfighter. Come here, purple shirt dudes. You ain't the Saints. From Saints Row. I have not played the like the reboot game of Saints Row. I stuck to just the original, the more the original games. I think I started with 3, and then I played 4, and then I worked my way back to 1 and 2. And I was one of those people that didn't want was fine with not. Cause I remember there was Volition. They made after 4. They made Get Out. I haven't played that one, but they made what was it? Agents of Mayhem, and I didn't like that game. I personally liked that game, but I feel like I guess a lot of people didn't like it just because it wasn't like the Saints Row. And then they got Saints Row back, and then it was like, oh, why did we want this back? And I feel that. Okay, I was automatically do that. For some reason, I was building a helicopter. I was like, I remember that. Okay. But now it's a cannon. But yeah, I was kind of upset they never continued on with Asians Mayhem. Again, I like that game. I like how I like the playstyle. I like the not too big a fan of the story, but I definitely did like all the variety of enemies you can fight and how you can fight them. Like the agents were really cool. Again, I very much wish they kept going with that instead of trying to resurrect Saints Row. Okay, yeah, so that was just a mini good thing. Whatever. You kind of have to do it, or you're like more or less inclined to do it, because what's it? They you couldn't really get past this part without it, and I guess a little bit over there, but it was like you kind of feel naturally inclined to do. Air Blue's dead. There's one. There, I still haven't got it. There's one up here. Okay, whatever. This doesn't matter. I'm gonna bring up Arkham games a lot. Just comparison. I feel like the I think the Matt Harris mission from Arkham Knight was not that good. Like the way they have you like the hacking they have to do to disarm the explosives. Like felt kind of clunky to me, but you know, because it's just like one of those the style of hacking I don't think you do anywhere else in the game. So it's like you have to learn this whole new hacking and then never use it again after those missions. The combat at the end of it, where it's like you're going through the pages of a book. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. That was like probably the highlight of those missions of the Mad Hatter Most Wanted. But I don't think it saved or made the whole thing worth it, honestly. I think the only like Most Wanted, like they have the DLC missions basically. I think the only ones that like felt worth it or like worth somewhat playing was was it Mr. Freeze's? Actually, I think all but Mad Hatter was somewhat good. The I think the only because I did really like the level of Killer Crocs. It was so unique compared to the rest of the game, and it didn't feel that intrusive. There was the Ra's al Ghul one, which felt the Ra's al Ghul and the Mr. Freeze one felt very good as like ending a character's story arc in the series. Like the Mr. Freeze ending was very good in my opinion. Though I will say, no, I guess the choice, having the choice to how you would deal with Ra's al Ghul was somewhat difficult. I always just whenever I play that, I always decide just to sort of let him die, basically. It's like he Because I don't know, it was just it just felt better, or it was like it always seemed better to me just to let him, just to sort of let him die and not do anything else or anything else bad, than just uh let him go, just let him do whatever else. But uh, what else? I honestly, I think if I was to, I think when it comes to the base game, I probably said this before, how much I hated the Riddler's, like specifically the racing challenges of his thing. Everything else, everything else was fine, honestly. They did do some. It was they were very creative in doing puzzles with the Batmobile. I felt I felt those were very well put together. I also the combat style where they have like he has the robots that can only be fought by either Batman or Catwoman, and they can sometimes change. I thought that was a really cool uh, way of doing a very cool, like a very interesting way to spin combat, to like change up combat or think of challenging combat, and then like and then there were some that were just like because there were more story stuff, missions that was like the Hush one where he's taking Lucius hostage. Like that was very much just like it wasn't much of a actual like side mission, but just something to like tie up that um, whole side mission from Arkham City. So it was so good, as well as the Blackfire one, where it's like it's Jack Ryder was like a supposed to be like a sacrifice. I feel like that was kind of out of nowhere, but the what's it? The Rescue and Firefighter ones in the Line of Duty, I think it's called. Here's Robin. That one was fine. I didn't have too much of a. I don't have too much or honestly anything to say about it. Don't know. Okay. Um. Honest. What is it? What was it? In the Line of Duty, the Firefly one. That one I think I picked very well. It combined the It combined a good amount of gameplay from both. Oh, I need the thing. It combined a bit of the gameplay from a good amount of the gameplay from for the Batmobile and to play it. It made use of the energy thing, the generating you do with the Batmobile's winch, and the ejection system. Though I will say, I think my favorite would be the combat with the drones against drones. Like that would always be, I think, my favorite. Honestly, if I was it's only I was making entire tier list for about all the side missions, but I really did like not it wasn't what was it it wasn't Arkham Knight, it was Arkham City, the side missions involving Deadshot I didn't. I'm kind of conflicted on the payphone ones picked with Saz or whatever, however you say his name. Like, yeah, it was overall like interesting, like how to triangulate to him through payphones. Though, I also I feel like I feel like they're getting their Riddler trophies were just felt better in City. It just felt better going after all of them. Yeah, I honestly I get what people honestly if I was probably say which one is my favorite when it comes to like I think this comes to atmosphere. Arkham Asylum is probably the best because like I don't know, it just the atmosphere of it felt like more was like it was. How long? I've been going for 21 minutes on one level. God, it's gonna be it's gonna be a video. It's gonna be a long video, but I need to hurry up and get through this. Uh, but I feel like Arkham Asylum just had the far better, the far more like interesting atmosphere. It combined both this like this sort of science fiction kind of setting with like the old and decrepit like abandoned and summer feeling, and it was just I don't know. I just feel like it was better, even though I think gameplay wise, um, I think Arkham Knight's probably best. It just has like just far more like gameplay like mechanics and options you can do. Because sometimes I do feel like, and they always they I was about to say it feels like sometimes overpowered. That's really only until the end. Closer to the end, we have like so much skills and stuff unlocked. I I, I think before that, it's I think it's fair that is like they do a good enough job with like the enemies and all that. Wrong one, wrong one. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. I'll have that set up for later though. Okay, I need to. There we go. Oh man, I thought I was going to electrocute him as well. I had a whole joke line, but I feel like with his mind controlling technology, he'd be a bigger. It feels like he would be a bigger threat than he is treated in a lot of the media. Come on, Batman, let's finish this up. And you get this video rolling. There we go. He doesn't use that mind control thing that much, right? One thing from, I think one mechanic I can think of that's really cool, and from not Asylum, Arkham Knight was the tag team fights. That to me was just always really fun to do. I think the super kits you get those when you do the when you get True Heroes. Is there an equivalent to the villains? Minkus. Yeah, it's got one, I think. On to the next level. I did not expect it to get this long in a video. Okay, I thought it was going to be a vehicle level, not as Harley Quinn's level. Oh no, we got Commissioner Gordon. You feel? This is right. It's whenever like they want to get the Batman, they always just capture Commissioner Gordon. Not threatening. I believe this level is like a circus level, which I guess makes sense with Harley Quinn, with her whole like just, being a Harley Quinn jester sort of the design, so it makes sense of an old abandoned circus. You think because villains keep using this, they would keep using abandoned places as like hideouts and bases of operations. They would make it a good thing, or make a good effort to like demolish as much as they can. You can't use an abandoned hotel in Gotham if it's been torn down. Is this even where I'm supposed to go? I think this is the end of this section. There we go. Trying to get through this one. I'm fairly certain this is going to be somewhat of a long one, too. So this may be the longest video in the series, but I honestly can't promise that because I don't remember how long the other missions are. The Joker. I gotta admit, they do have, compared to Star Wars, they do have an interesting way to spawn in. Like the Penguin Goons spawned in, I believe, with umbrellas. These ones spawned in with flames. I'm trying to remember how this level goes to get through it as quickly as I can. Okay, there we go. Okay, looks like there's a citizen back there. Do I have... is there... what else? Okay, so I have to be Robin's attraction suit. Yeah, that was just stud. Okay. Here we go. This must be where it is. I honestly, now I want to look at anyone's ever tried to cosplay this. is someone showing up in a Robin costume with a vacuum cleaner on his back. Okay. Okay, I have to be. I don't think I don't like these honestly, especially since they're somewhat. It's good because I'm trying to get through this quickly, but the sheer fact that you have to do like multiple steps on breaking something, kind of, it's kind of upsetting. There we go. That's enough. Oh come on! Let me spawn in the fun way. Yeah, I think in one of the sequels, either 2 or 3, the attract suit is the same as like Robin's like diving suit. I think that's an extra thing. I don't think that those boats are really important. There you go. I think this is the only thing we need to do. So, okay, this should be it. This is the boss fight. I'm out. Again, I admit I do like Harley Quinn's older outfit, the red and black one. Not this one, basically. Oh, okay, never mind. Like for a second there, I was like, I forgot how you actually fight her. It's like, oh no, you just have to make her dizzy, and then you'll get an opening. That was something kind of annoying to figure out as a kid. It's like, oh, I can't get closer. Am I supposed to hit her with batarang? Am I supposed to build something specific? It's like, now you just have to chase her until she gets dizzy. Oh. I also think just like in general, it's like a lot of media, when they don't show off her acrobatic skills as much. And they go. I do appreciate like a punk rock kind of look to her I guess her current outfit, but I don't know. I just like the kind of simplicity. Like it's simple, but it's a simple but really cool looking outfit. Come back here. Yeah, I feel like they like nowadays they show more of her of like more of her like her fighting, and they don't really incorporate that much of her acrobatics into it. Like I'm just like, how much of it did they show in? I didn't watch the whole movie, but I don't think they showed that much of her acrobatic skills in like at least the first Suicide Squad. The one with Will Smith, that was like far more serious tone compared to this like sequel of like John Cena's Peacemaker and Yeah, that's the only thing. That's like if they make another Lego DC game, they'll have to have Peacemaker in it just because of how iconic he is now. Sorry about that, wrestling. Eating my breakfast. Oh, but also, I guess this is also the end of the video. Very long video, but if you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe. Everyone but the Batman dodging the blows. Just like, yeah, he's allowed a shot. Level complete. Superhero. I kind of want to see this because I know I really need a superhero. Oh no, I didn't. I got confused with the last mission. But I'll see you all in the next one.